Hey everyone, in today's 9 minutes motivation, let's have some reality check. And I really feel this few reality checks we should keep doing, is like looking in the mirror and just checking with ourselves and asking few questions. Maybe sometimes little hard hitting questions. Maybe sometimes maybe little subtle questions, but actually they really make me think, ponder over. And I somehow like to keep asking these questions to myself also regularly. And I realize sometimes I'm really going somewhere not okay. Things should be in different way altogether. So one reality check that I want to share with all of you in today's 9 minutes motivation is um, the other day I was sitting with some people in the family discussions, somebody's house, and the talks were going on. The meeting was not. Uh, some meeting was. I can't get in details about the meeting, but sometimes they were getting little harsh on each other, little rude on each other. As the whole thing was going on, suddenly the phone call rang, and the gentleman picks up the phone call and speaks very softly, sweetly to somebody, some stranger, not even somebody known person, or maybe I don't. I just guessed it like shouldn't have done, but I guessed it like that. So sweetly, so softly, gently they spoke and kept the phone down after maybe a minute's talk or something, and again got into a different mode altogether. Like harshness, little rudeness. This is one incident. Another incident I have myself seen in my own house, in a lot of people's houses also. Um, all of you also would have done it. So I'm standing there with a few of my friends on the road next to my house. Outside my house, we're just having a talk. And some random guy comes on a bike, stops and asks for an address. Where is this location? Can you please guide me? A little lost. And one of my friends so politely, so nicely guides the person. In fact, I have been in Jodhpur some time back, and the way people used to always get up from their seat and come to the road and tell us that you should go left or right, and this will come so politely there. And we felt, oh, people from Jodhpur are so amazing. They are. My wife is from Jodhpur. We both are born there. I have to speak that statement. No, so sweetly they spoke. And so was my friend also. He also would have done. He so nicely guided that stranger on the bike. Go like this, go like that, and this will happen. And they properly guided him. We continued to talk. This is near my Pune house. We continued talking for some more time. The friend's mom happened to come from there, and she asked, "Oh, the temple has been newly built now. I want to go to that place. Can you just guide me?" And a friend of mine somehow I got rough and said, Mama, you know no, that on the invitation card they are given the entire route. No, put on the Google map, it will take you there. No, why this much you can't understand? I was in for a shock because it was a reality check for me also, because something like this I also have been doing in my life that time. And I asked myself, and this is a reality check question: we are so good to strangers and not so good to our own loved ones for the same reasons. Why so? And it's a psychological twist, a psychological confusion. There are those strangers who mean nothing to us, who have never been with us, who will never see our face again, or we will not see their face again. We are so good to the strangers. And those people with whom we have lived, are living, and will live for a lifetime, maybe, we sometimes, not sometimes, a lot of times, almost all the time, we are so not so good to them. We lose our temper fast. We get upset over them. We get annoyed with them. Sometimes so-called stupid questions also, or so long, very silly questions also. The same silliness outside is absolutely accepted from the strangers. Why are we so good to strangers and not so good to our own loved ones? Familiarity breeds contempt. is because they are living with us, being with us. We know in and out of the person because we know they have their own weaknesses, limitations, or so whatever it may reason for me. That familiarity gives you that sense of taking the person for granted. I have done it in my life, and I felt very ashamed of myself when I realized these are the people who have been with me through all the time that I went in my life. And the strangers, and that stranger is also somebody's loved one. That does not mean he or she is absolutely clean and absolutely perfect and absolutely purest of the human being. They also have must be having their limitations, their lacunas, their um, wrongdoings. Just because I don't know and I try to do what. So we are wanting to be in the good books of a stranger and not in the good books of our own loved ones. Does it really make sense? It's not the easy thing, and I know it. I have gone through it. I have been through it. I have been the victim of it. I have been the culprit of it. It's not the easy thing to do. So many times my own team members, because I meet them regularly, see them regularly. I try to. Sometimes I tell this much you can understand or what, and I get little harsh on them. They take it for whatever reason they take it. Maybe they have respect for me, they like me, or maybe I'm the little more. I'm the senior most in the organization. And I ask my question, this question to myself. And when somebody comes to meet me, somebody's parent in the college, or some person just visit because they have seen my video or they have seen me in some program and they happen to be there, and or they have just dropped in, and I behave so nicely with them, so courteous with them. And my God, and I ask myself, it's all that I understand in my life. Do I also play a hypocrite in my life? Because I am not saying you have to be good to the loved ones and bad to the strangers. I am saying if we are going to be, we are so good to the strangers whom we do not even know. Sometimes it would have happened that you might would have. This is on, the context is only the address asking here, but this can be anywhere. Sometimes you might have actually guided a criminal or a robber to the place where he was supposed to go, and he yes, we did not know because we did not know that person is a robber or a criminal or a minded person, and we would actually help him. I'm just getting all those unwanted permutation combination in my mind running. But the bottom line is very simple here. Are we good to strangers who mean nothing to us? And we are not so good to our own loved ones who mean everything to us. If that's so, I think it's time for us to do a reality check. And just because familiarity breeds contempt, can we just give ourselves excuse and come out of it? No, I don't think so. Let's have this reality check today and ask this question to ourselves the entire day. Maybe in your behavior, maybe in your action, maybe in your thoughts, maybe in introspection. If you realize, I think let's make the correction together, including me. Let's be good to everybody, to the strangers and also the loved ones. Let the loved ones not pay a price of loving you unconditionally. With that belief, let's start this beautiful day together. Here we go. I believe I can. I believe I can. I believe I can. Let's go, get set, and go.